Hello YouTube and welcome to GrunfWorks. This is episode 4 of the Interplanetary Voyage of Exploration series, or season 2. And in today's episode we will be launching our KSO Shuttle Orbiter containing the Retrograde Kuargs experiment. Now, we have done Prograde Kuargs experiment quite a while back. And when researching the secrets of carbonite and carborundum, scientists have uncovered that retrograde quarks are much less stable, but they also exist, and that they help in creating some sort of unstable fields, which are a precursor for creating, well, not exactly antimatter, but exotic matter. And they have uncovered that, assuming that we are able to create retrograde quarks, which need much more power than the prograde ones, and somehow collide them together, we would be able to create exotic matter, which we would need later on for fueling interplanetary stages with ludicrous speeds, such as Alcubierre drives and warp fields, etc., etc. So, that's the reasoning behind sending a retrograde quarks experiment up to the Kerbin Orbital Lab 1. And we will be using our shuttle with all stars. We have Jeb, we have Bob, and we have Pablo. So, pilot, scientist, and engineer. And they will be taking our Kerbin Shuttle Orbiter to the lab. As you can see, I have installed a mod, KSO. I really like the design and the model, and let's kick this thing. Nice, stable launch. Shuttle going very nicely up. Correcting the heading a little bit. Making sure we are on the right track, and I'm showing this in 250 or 2.5 times acceleration. We are angling slightly to get start going prograde. Okay, we are coming closer to the initial booster separation. And booster separation complete. Not 100% as planned, but still, nevertheless going well. And our rendezvous, we will be coming a little bit too early, so we would need to plan our next rendezvous. Okay, let's see how we can do it. And oh, here we go. Oh, is it really that easy? Hold on, come back you. Okay, well, let's first plan the orbital insertion, and then later on we will be figuring out the rest. 1456 meters per second to burn. We have plenty of delta V. Just making sure that we are aligned, and we will be burning shortly. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's start burning. The problem with this one is that it's slightly off center, but we can still, perform the burns and all that jazz. Jeb, Bob, and Pablo looking, all of them are very cool and they're enjoying their mission. It's a very important experiment, given the fact that we really want to advance our space program with more advanced probes, and those should hopefully help us go further than any Kerbal has gone before. So 500 meters per second to burn, performing the roll. Okay, and beautiful. Okay, now it's time that we actually... we are orbital. Great. Okay, a little bit on the sloppy side, but we have a good encounter, so it seems. So we need to go to the ascending node and a little bit fix the inclination and also fiddle a little until we get a nice encounter. And seems that we will be getting something, maybe? Hold on, come on, give me something nice. We are coming closer to the maneuver node. Ah well. Let's first detach this booster, do the barrel roll just for kicks. Let's turn on the OMS. And align ourselves with the burn that is coming in 20 seconds. Okay, and burn. Okay. Time to check out how does our orbit look like. It's still a little bit messed up, but let us now plan the rendezvous. So where do we have it? And I'm planning it actually somewhere here. Oh, once again ascending node, and we have a close actually encounter already. So can I make it? Oh, I can make it even closer. Yep. Well, we have a rendezvous, I guess. Okay. Cool. The fact our periapsis is going slightly into the atmosphere doesn't concern me greatly, but then again we have to be careful. We don't want to get aero capture just yet. 4.5 meters per second to burn, and it's really negligible, so I might even be doing that with my RCS. Okay. Oh, wrong staging. So I'm just trying to figure out what does a gimbal free, gimbal locked means from the context of this, but yeah, I didn't find out. Oh well, what can you do? We have our node in 15 minutes roughly, and then we will be performing the rendezvous. Okay. Sorry, I had to move my chair a little bit further from my laptop so that you don't hear my fan running. Okay, great. Aligning 4 meters per second and kicking the bucket in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. And now hopefully we should have a decent encounter, although the fact that will be slightly dipping into the atmosphere just for a second or two. Okay, doing one lap, and we have, I really like how the better burn time is telling us that we will be passing target 6.5 kilometers in 9 minutes and 10 seconds, which really helps you kind of understand how you're going through it. And we are at altitude of 69, 68 and already went up. Great. And okay, so now we're gonna use our better burn time to actually, well, decelerate as compared to the space station. So making sure that I'm aligned, and then I will be kicking the gas. 7.1 and okay, burning. I think this should make our encounter much closer. Yeah, like that one, 1.4 sounds much better. .26 meters per second that we are running with, and I think it's a still good enough approach speed. some water. Okay. We are at 25 meters per second, and we will be passing the target by 1.1 kilometer in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We will correct that a little bit. And I do want to correct it a little bit without too much affecting my speed relative to the target, because I still want to be heading towards the target at a decent rate. So I'll actually accelerate a little bit using the RCS. And I'm also decreasing the distance that I will be passing the target, 0.6 kilometers in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, we are coming up closer on the physics range. So time to open the cargo bay doors. Still 16 meters per second relative velocity. Flipping a little bit because I did want it to accelerate a little bit. Yeah, okay, I'm going 21 meters per second compared to it, and now I'm gonna flip around. So I'm doing a little bit of orbital dance. I'm trying to align both the pink and the yellow marker on the nav ball, because that means that we will be passing very close to the Kerbin Orbital Lab, and now 0.0 in 51 seconds. Perfect. Coming ever so closer. We can already see the Kerbin Orbital Lab coming in. $350 meters, 300, and we are decelerating our target velocity 4 meters. Once we get closer, we will just stop, and then we will be performing the docking. I fully intend to dock on the bottom part. Okay, here is our docking port, and we will be going to the Clampotron docking port at the bottom of the station, because where our Buran orbiter also docked, I think this is the best one for this, like space planes, shuttles and whatnot. Okay. Come on, Jeb, you got this. I mean, this one is a little bit hard to actually dock because it has its thrusters, but those are a little bit not perfectly balanced, so every time I move, the ship, dances a little. So lots of fine tunings, but then again, Jeb is an expert at his business, so yeah. We are closing in on the docking port. Beautiful view. I really enjoy it. Especially since this is 1.1.3, so I'm actually playing it in 15 frames per second. Or actually, this is actually more like 18, so really playable. Okay, and now we have to just arrest our relative velocity, and then we'll... a little bit too far. Correcting it. And we are dancing a little bit. Okay, we don't care. I think a little bit dancing back and forth is forgivable, just to make sure that we are properly aligned. And then we will be going up. Just changing the perspective because I think it looks much nicer. I wanted to take a screenshot. Come on, Jeb. 5 meters to go. Keep it steady, keep it steady. I know she's dancing a little bit, but... Okay, 2 meters. A little bit more. A little bit more. And... Great, we have a capture. Perfect. So now it's time to perform the retrograde quark experiment, and we are starting it, but we don't have any Eurekas or we don't have any quarks, so we have to start the cyclotron. We have to start also the research in the research lab. Okay, so I want to start the research in the research lab and the cyclotron, and once they build up enough Eurekas and quarks... hold on, No Eurekas, so I guess we need to actually start the research in the lab, or don't we? Now I'm confused. Yeah, quarks were gonna be full of any moment now, but Eurekas ain't climbing. Yeah, and those have a high decay rate. Okay, so yes, Orbital Lab now we have started, I believe. Yeah, Naily is here, so the lab is staffed, so we can actually start the research, and I think now Eureka should start flowing. It says 100% load. I just want to make sure that Eurekas are being generated. And yes, 0.01. Great. That means this will take some time, so we will not actually wait here until it completes, but we will complete the experiment in a future episode. Okay, great. With that thing being said, we have two things that we need to think about. We have the carborundum tanker that we need to fix. We have also the Duna lander, which we will be completing shortly. That one we have also built in the previous episode of the Kerbal engineering. That's the rover lander, which we will be launching when our Kerbin to Duna window comes up. And yeah, so it's time to focus again on Urlum, and we have already launched a ship that had some small amounts of carborundum, exploration ship, which will be going to Urlum. These are basically to simulate our probes, which we have abandoned in Season 1. Well, when I mean abandoned, I mean lost contact with. So, yeah, let's once again warp to complete, because our Kerbin to Urlum window will become closer, and then we will be able to go and launch the Urlum, or eject the Urlum probe. We have seen how efficient carborundum is as a fuel, so this actually makes it even more important for us to gather it from the surface or low sun orbit, hopefully. But it will definitely take a long time, so yeah. We also might want to consider alternative methods like gathering it at Eve and such. One other reason why I didn't want to go to Eeloo to collect it, because it also would take forever to get to Eeloo and back, so yes. Okay, so let's find the 120 degree ejection angle from Kerbin. I mean, our precise node will tell us, but we do want to put in the parameters that we got from the transfer burn planner, because those usually nicely coincide and we can actually very, very nicely plan our ejection burns. Okay, let's see, what do we got here? Not exactly an Urlum encounter, but I have to figure out how much off are we. Okay, so let's do the old-fashioned trick and first play a little bit with the orbit, and then we will fiddle until we get the Urlum encounter, I guess. I mean, it's really funny when you start looking at Urlum, then all of a sudden Joule, which was previously so far out, seems as merely an inner planet. Which actually it is. But okay, let's see, how do we make those two actually meet closer? A little bit earlier in the orbit, yes, that could work. By a larger margin, perhaps? Come on, a little bit more, a little bit more. Ejection a little bit earlier. Sounds promising enough. And we have an Urlum encounter at least. Great. Then that means let us just refine the maneuver, and then we will be burning in 11 minutes. And given our good thrust to weight, it's only 57 seconds burn. Wow. That's amazing. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I really want to be using carborundum. I mean, the rover dudes stated that this is a little bit OP fuel, or OP engines, but we're in an interstellar territory, but it is very high up the tech tree, and it took me a long time until I actually uncovered the seed secrets. And also it takes some time while you mine it and do all that jazz. So yeah, that's a definitely good propulsion and can make crafts very small, which is a good thing. Okay, whole maneuver prograde. And then in roughly 9 minutes we will be executing the maneuver. The good thing is, once again, I can just cue the command in the flight computer and just enjoy the show. Yep, we want to delete on close. Okay, burning. Add some time acceleration, of course. And guys, once we actually eject the Urlum, I think I'm gonna be slowly closing it up for the episode. So yeah, like if you like the episode, hit subscribe for more KSP content that should be coming soon. And yeah. By the way, if you are interested at any point how are these ships being built, I suggest that you do check my KSP engineering playlists. There I'm more focused on actually building all the crafts and running the tests. At least for the ones that are more, sophisticated and complex. The other ones that are pretty simple, I'm still gonna be constructing here in this series. Okay, and I think we have successfully executed the burn. However, I still want to be leaving the Kerbin sphere of influence and saying bye-bye to Kerbin from our Urlum probe. We have already set the target to our long-range Kerbin communication dish, so now it's only time to actually enjoy the show and enjoy the view. This is just beautiful. I mean, scatter and stock visual enhancements really, really ups the look of the KSP. It just looks amazing. And I think it's also, I'm running environmental visual enhancements as well, so just to be fair towards the mod author, who really has done an exemplary job. Okay, kicking a little bit time acceleration because we do want to be moving. Oh, this is just beautiful. The pace at which Kerbin is going away is just amazing. Bye, Kerbin. Well, for this probe, this is a one-way trip, obviously. It will go to Urlum, report the science back, and remain in Urlum system, hopefully, for some time to come. That's the plan anyway. You can see the moon in the distance, and pretty sure we'll be soon seeing the Minmus as well as we come to the edge of the sphere of influence, which should happen in a couple of seconds. Great. And let us then just transition the sphere of influence change. I'm always really careful with these because they tend to screw up your maneuver nodes, so yeah. But anyway, guys, the moment where we're done with this, I'm gonna call this for this episode. Like if you like, and hit subscribe for more KSP content that is coming soon. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching.